Hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Kat. I'm a wife, a homeschool mom, and an avid reader. For everyone else, welcome back. It has been a little bit since I've done a what I'm going to read this month TBR video, and that is because my last classes really took up all of my time along with doing what I normally do for our homeschool co-op. But now that it is May, co-op is done. We just graduated our 2025 seniors. So congratulations, guys, if any of you are watching. And I am ready to enjoy a little bit of free time to do a little bit of reading, especially on the weekends. I am still taking classes come this summer or during the summer. So I will have 3 classes starting May 12th and continuing through for 8 weeks. And then at the end of June, I believe, we pick up another set of 8 weeks and the 2 overlap. So come the end of June, beginning of July, I think I have like 2 weeks where I'm not going to get a lot of reading done just because I will have a total of 6 classes going on. But that's way down the road. I say way down the road. I know it's not that far, but that is not the month of May. So I am going to set a very moderate TBR for myself for this month. I really wanted to participate in April with the Aurelium Magical Readathon, but that did not happen. And I don't think that I'm really going to participate too much in Escape the Readathon, which is Lexi's readathon. I was really excited to jump into that, but I just don't feel like reading what I'm supposed to read. I just want to enjoy some reading without worrying about prompts or anything else. So for this month, I have 4 novels that I have gotten very recently that I wanted to read. All of these actually have arrived in my house during the month of April, which is so funny because my husband, in his trying to love me well through the stress, has been like, go take a break, go buy yourself a book, even though you won't read it, right? So he's been very sweet and supportive in all of that. But the first book that I'm going to try to read here in May is one that I got on a bookstore break with my husband. He found out what I know about this book and insisted that I have to buy it. So I have not looked at any other synopses um, or done any research on this book because he was really excited about the fact that I only know that this book is about bunny rabbits. And that is Richard Adams's Watership Down. I do know that this takes place during one of the wars, but so I know that there's some sadness going to happen, but I also am going into it mostly naive. The back says that this is the 50-year anniversary edition, and it's still one of the most beloved novels of all time. Set in England's Downs, a once idyllic rural landscape, this stirring tale follows a band of very special creatures in their flight from the intrusion of man and the certain destruction of their home. Led by a stout-hearted pair of brothers, they journey from their native saddle-furred warren through the harrowing trials posed by predators and adversaries toward the dream of a mysterious promised land and a more perfect society. This one, like I said, I knew it had bunny rabbits. I I kind of get the feeling that this is going to be the more adult version, or the not quite as easy to digest version of um, another series that Green Ember, which also is about bunny rabbits, and there's moments of sadness and everything, but it being a middle grade novel, I know that that one ends well. I'm really hoping that this one does as well, but we shall see how it goes. Please avoid leaving spoilers in the comments, um, because I love to respond to you guys, but I don't want to know what this book is about, other than it's about bunnies. So when I had gone to get, or when we were on that shopping trip, I was debating between Watership Down and this other book, and my husband told me I could get both of them so long as I didn't do research into Watership Down, and that I had to read that one. So the other one is Kristen Perrin's How to Solve Your Own Murder. This one, just the title and the cover really grabbed me. Again, not sure exactly what I'm going into, but it's 1965. Francis Adams is at an English county fair where a fortune teller makes a bone-chilling prediction. One day, Frances will be murdered. It is a prediction that sparks her life, trying to solve a crime that hasn't happened yet. Nearly 60 years later, Annie Adams is summoned to a meeting at the sprawling country estate of her wealthy and reclusive great-aunt Frances. By the time Annie arrives in the quaint English village of Castle Knoll, Frances is found murdered, just like she always said she would be. Annie is determined to catch the killer, but thanks to Frances's lifelong habit of digging up secrets and lies, it seems every endearing and eccentric villager might just have a motive for her murder. Can Annie safely unravel the dark mystery at the heart of Castle Knoll, or will dredging up the past throw her into the path of the killer? As Annie gets closer to the truth and closer to danger, she starts to fear she might inherit her great aunt's fate instead of her fortune. So I am really interested in this one. I'm really hoping that we kind of get that dual point of views, because I I could just see the strength that could come from this one working that way. On a previous shopping trip to this one, yes, there were three, four, I can't remember exactly. There were quite a few. I saw this cover for this book, and I did not have to be told any more on it. And it is John Scalzi's starter villain. We have a cat in a suit, and in my house, cats rule, and so I had to pick this one up. This one is inheriting your uncle's supervillain business is more complicated than you might think, particularly when you discover who is running the place. Charlie's life is going nowhere fast. A divorced substitute teacher living with his cat in a house his siblings want to sell. All he wants is to open a pub downtown. If only the bank would approve his loan. Then his long lost Uncle Jake dies and leaves his supervillain business, complete with island volcano lair, to Charlie. But becoming a supervillain isn't all giant laser death rays and lava pits. Jake had enemies, and now they're coming after Charlie. His uncle might have been a stand up, old fashioned kind of villain, but these are the real things: rich, soulless predators backed by multinational corporations and venture capital. It's up to Charlie to win the war his uncle started against a league of supervillains. But with unionized dolphins, hyper-intelligent talking spy cats, and a terrifying hench person at his side, going bad is starting to look pretty good. In a dog eat dog world, be a cat. So this one I'm super excited for. I do have the audiobook for this one, so I think I'm going to listen to it and follow along at the same time. The final book that I'm going to put on my TBR for the month of May is one that I recently signed up for another book box subscription. And this book box subscription is called Probably Smut. The entire premise is getting book recommendations that are just that. They are smut. They are not clean reads. They are very, very spicy reads. And especially with all the studying, I am down for it. Um, So normally you can sign up for the free one at any time. You don't get any physical items, but you still get to join in the conversations and all of that. But the um, subscription boxes with items recently opened up and I was able to get in. And so I have the first physical box for myself. And in this one is Abby Jimenez's Say You'll Remember Me. This one, I'm not sure how I'm going to do in it because this book has some trigger warnings of Alzheimer's and um, memory loss. And with losing my grandmother about 7 months ago to this horrible disease, I am a little bit nervous, but we're going to see how it goes. So let me grab the description. I did not realize that with the Probably Smut cover dust jacket, there is no description of what the book is about. So give me just one moment. All right, so we have the description on Storygraph saying there might be no such thing as a perfect guy, but Xavier Rush comes disastrously close. A gorgeous veterinarian giving Greek god vibes, all while cuddling a tiny kitten? Immediately, yes. That is, until Xavier opens his mouth and proves that even sculpted gods can say the absolute wrong thing. Like, really wrong. Of course, there's nothing Samantha loves more than proving a jerk wrong. Unless, of course, he can admit he made a mistake. But after one incredible and seemingly endless date, possibly the best in living history, Samantha is forced to admit the truth that her family is in crisis, and any kind of relationship would be impossible. Samantha begs Xavier to forget her, to remember their night together as a perfect moment, as crushing as that might be. Only no amount of distance or time is nearly enough to forget that something is between them. And the only thing better than one single perfect memory is to make a life, and even a love, worth remembering. This is the ARC version description. Um, it really just excites me to hear this. It just from the description alone and the trigger warning, I kind of am getting the Notebook vibes, although I'm not sure if that's really where this is going. But I have 4 books that I am definitely hoping to read during this May, although come May 12th, all of these plans may completely go out the window when I see how much homework I really have. But until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.